Welcome to a place I have never been. Where are we? I can't even pronounce it correctly. Jiangdao, China province, and we're going to be going to the Hefei, China province, and it's not a long route. It's about 340 miles. We're going to be going out. Looks like we'll actually travel over the sea, small part of the sea, come back in, and end up at the Xingyao airport. So let's see, ought to be a nice flight. The weather looks good, better than it looks in the States right now, I think. So let's see here. So I've already got our alignment undergoing our alignment. Let's pull up our information. And we'll get our takeoff performance too. Okay. Oh, can't get it yet. Sorry. We're going to do an initial init request. And set up confirm alignment. Now we're going to be let's go ahead and get our IFR clearance. Fabian, would you go ahead and get our IFR clearance, please?
I'll get our IFR clearance now.
Okay, thank you.
Qingdao Jiaodong International Airport clearance, China Eastern 5653. We'd like to receive our IFR clearance. We have whiskey.
Stand by. You're number one. China Eastern 5653, Qingdao Jiaodong International Airport clearance, cleared to ZSOF via the Latina 901 Delta departure, then as filed. Expect runway 35. Initial climb to 4,000 feet. Departure on 119.4 squawk, 6147.
Okay, got that entered. Runway 35. Current temperature is -3. QNH is 1030. Condition looks to be dry. And so let's go to performance, and we got 149, 149, 151. Flaps will be set to 1. We're doing up 0.4. Up. And our flex temp is 74. Does it let me put the runway in? If I put 35, what happens? It doesn't. Okay. Next page. Anything? Next page. Bueller. Let's go back to init and look at our, if there's any information we need to change. And see here, if we'll look, we have fuel on board, 7450 freight cargo. I've got, like, see the center of gravity, all these settings here. I don't know if I've automatically loaded them. Okay, let me just be honest. I don't know if I'm missing something in my settings here, and I'll show you why in a minute. But I see all my weight summary, all my payload, fuel, everything's like as it should be. Wait, let me try that more time. ZFW. Oh wait, center of gravity 29.4. ZFW. Okay, ZFW is 62.1. That would be correct. The center of gravity for takeoff is okay. 29er. Wait, 29.2. Gross weight center of gravity. That needs to be 29.4 though. So if I do that, if I put a slash and go 29.4, will it change it right here? Bam, it did. Good. Because I kept getting a center of gravity like a it was fussing at me as though something was off. And is that it? Maybe. Okay. Well, let's go here. Our departure. We're going out on 3-5 on lat 91 David. That's us. Latux. That's it. The best that we know currently is that we're going to be going in on runway 15. All subject to change. I want to hold off on entering that. Just in case. Let's see, let me hold off for now. Get rid of those. And predictive wind shear is on. We have disconnected anything external. Chocks are removed. Look good. Okay. Do an inspection outside one last time. Well, we got a little cloud cover coming in. I see stars though. Okay. All right. Fabian, you're in charge of all comms.
I am now in charge of the comms, Steve.
Please request our pushback and start clearance.
I'll request our pushback and start clearance now.
Qingdao Jiaodong International Airport ground.
Hey, Captain,
China
let me know where you want this thing.
5653, requesting pushback and start clearance. We have whiskey.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
China Eastern 5653. Pushback and start approved. Face northeast.
This has been very quiet, eerily quiet tonight here at this airport. Not much going on.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Extremely. We're going back to the States for a Allegiant Airlines flight later tonight.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go. Here comes the pushback. Light 'em up.
Right, ignition is on. Engine 2 is...
Flight attendants, prepare your doors for departure, please. Cross-check and all call. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome on board your Delta flight. So in just a moment, we'll be showing you a brief presentation on the safety features of this aircraft. We kindly ask that you please direct your attention to the video monitors and flight attendants in the aisle, even if you are a frequent flyer. Thank you so much.
His food's waiting for them. You pull it back out. He ate a lot of his.
Welcome aboard, and thank you for choosing Delta for 100 years and counting.
Delta. 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 Delta Airlines.
The health and safety of our customers and crew is our #1 priority and the shared responsibility of everyone on board. So, before we depart, please pay attention to this important message. Stow all carry-on items in an overhead bin and place smaller items completely under the seat in front of you.
Larger electronic devices must be placed in a bag. Handheld portable electronic devices, including mobile phones, should also be secured.
Keep the aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas clear. If you lose an electronic device in your seat, please do not adjust your seat and ask a crew member for help.
As we leave the gate, fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and adjusting the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release, lift the top of the buckle. If your seat has a shoulder harness, attach the metal tip to the fitting on the belt.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Stay seated with your seatbelt fastened when the seatbelt sign is on,
and we're disconnecting
keep it
the tow.
fastened
Give me
whenever
just a
you're
moment.
seated in case of sudden rough air. In the event of rough air, the crew might also need to buckle up for safety. We appreciate your understanding if our service is interrupted.
Federal regulations require all passengers to comply with all crew members' instructions, along with the posted placards and lighted information signs throughout the cabin. Smoking, vaping, the use of e-cigarettes or any smokeless product, including chewing tobacco, is not allowed on any Delta flight. Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying restroom smoke detectors.
There are 8 exits on this plane, 8 doors, 4 on each side. Each door has a detachable slide that can be used as a raft.
In the
And we're
event of an
disconnected.
evacuation,
Signal and pin on the
leave
right.
all
Take
bags
it easy and have a
behind.
safe flight.
Carry and baggage will slow the evacuation. All exits are clearly marked with the green exit symbol. Locate the nearest exits and remember, they might be behind you. If we lose power, lights will illuminate the aisles to guide you to an exit.
It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, oxygen masks will drop from the panels above your seat and inside the lavatories. Reach up and pull a mask or streamer down to start the flow of oxygen. Remove any face covering and place the mask over your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic strap over your head and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note the oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its container by
In the
pulling on the
Airbus
tab and then opening
A320,
the
the
pouch.
trim is typically
Slip the vest
managed
over your head.
automatically by the
Wrap
flight
the
control
strap
system
around your
during
waist,
takeoff.
attach it to the
However,
buckle in
if the
front,
aircraft indicates
and
a
adjust
specific
securely
trim
around your
setting,
waist.
it's a good
As you leave
practice
the
to
plane,
manually adjust
inflate
it
the
to
vest by
ensure
pulling down
optimal
on the red
performance.
tab at the bottom.
So yes,
or
if it
manually
says
inflate
to
it by
set
blowing
it
into
to
the
up
tube
0
at shoulder
decimal
level.
4, you
A
should do that
water-activated
manually.
light is attached
It's all
to
about
each vest.
fine-tuning for the
For
best
children
takeoff.
under 35 pounds, place the vest around their waist and secure the strap between the legs. See your safety card for more information. Additional life vests for in-lab children are in marked compartments at the front and rear of the plane. We'll distribute these vests if necessary.
Before takeoff, bring your seat to its upright position and stow your tray table, footrest, and leg rest. Be sure you fastened your seatbelt low and tight across your lap, carry-on items secured, and armrests are at resting position, or as otherwise indicated on the placard in front of you. If you have a suite door, ensure it's open. See placard instructions inside the suite door for opening instructions in case of emergency. Finally, take a moment to review the safety information card in your seat pocket.
As we finish our safety check, please let us know if you have any questions.
As we take off into the future, sit back and relax. And from all of our crew, thank you for flying with Delta, today and for the next 100 years.
See how that goes. Fabian, can you get our taxi clearance?
I'll get our taxi clearance now.
Qingdao Jiaodong International Airport ground, China Eastern 5653, ready to taxi. We have whiskey.
China Eastern 5653, runway 35 taxi via Lima 1, Juliet 1, Echo 2, Echo Delta, Delta 1.
Runway 35, Lima 1, Juliet 1, Echo 2, Echo Delta, Delta 1, China Eastern 5653.
Is that a China Eastern flight? I think it might be taking off. Go to the same runway. Are we? Nope, we're not. We're heading a different direction, it looks like. The lessee just came in. seeing a lot of China Eastern flights here. After all, it is the Chinese airports. Okay. I noticed that a lot of these airports aren't really dressed up very much, but I'm not sure if that's not true to life. Is it? I really can't say. I do not know. Beijing, I think, is a bustling airport, busy airport. Some of the other ones I'm not as familiar with. But yeah, that this airport's just one of many, so I don't see a whole lot of fancy scenery or anything going on here like it. But once again, it could be this plain Jane if you were really there. Oh, but we are really there. Okay, that's right, we are. That's weird. You see where it's sending me right over a spot? Let's see, you should feel it. I should feel it. Let's see, Emma. No. That was strange. Okay. I think what's weird about what I'm seeing right now, it says this is runway 35. It took us to the wrong part of the runway. This isn't. We're supposed to be going out on 35. It took us to. They taxied us to the wrong runway. Let's see. Do I? Why did you do that? Let me see. Check your instructions. Yeah, I don't know why it did that, but it's taxied us to the wrong runway. Turn around. Well, it's not infallible. Talking about the system taxi assistance system. So we're just going to taxi down to the other end and go out on our correct runway, which is 35. not gonna be a rebel or a... Okay, let's go out the right way. China Eastern 5653, can you give us progressive taxi instructions? We were taxied to runway 17. We need to be up on runway 35.
China Eastern 5653, runway 035 taxi via Delta, Echo Delta Delta 1. Progressive taxi path activated.
Runway 35, Delta Echo Delta Delta 1. Progressive taxi path activated. China Eastern 5653.
I don't see it. No, they're trying to take us back to the wrong runway. That's all right. A little more effort to get out, but let's do it the right way. Fabian, would you please brief our takeoff?
We'll be departing from runway 35 via the Latina 901 Delta departure, climb altituding initially to 4,000 feet. Weather is clear with no significant clouds. In case of engine failure, below 400 feet, we'll continue straight and follow ATC instructions. Above 400 feet, we'll follow the engine out SID procedure, climb altituding to 3,000 feet before turning back. For emergencies before V1, we'll reject the takeoff and apply maximum braking. After V1, we'll continue the takeoff and handle the emergency. Squawk code is 6147 and departure frequency is 119.4. We're configured for takeoff with flaps 5. V1 is 142 knots, VR is 147 knots, and V2 is 152 knots. We'll climb altitude out at V2 plus 10 knots. I think we're ready to go, Captain.
I think you are. I concur. So we should be there in a moment. A little hiccup on the taxi instructions, but that's okay. We're on top of it. We are Delta Airlines, and we're doing a contracted flight for China Eastern. Doing a route for China Eastern. Everybody wins. Wave at the cargo planes.
China Eastern 5653. Contact tower on 118.275 so long.
Switching to tower on 118.275, China East. Qingdao Jiaodong International Airport Tower, China Eastern 5653. Good morning, holding short 35, ready for departure.
China Eastern 5653. Qingdao Jiaodong International Airport Tower, runway 35, Winds 020 at 4. Cleared for takeoff.
Runway 35 cleared for takeoff. China Eastern 5653.
We are ready. We're configured. Flaps 1. Auto brake is set to max. Ground spoilers armed. Landing lights are on. And taxi nose light is on. Lining up on runway 35. Throttle forward. Forward pressure on the yoke. A lot of right rudder to keep straight. We didn't call out 80 knots. That's right. V1, rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Flaps are retracted. Ground spoiler disarmed. Autopilot engaged.
China Eastern 5653. Contact departure on 119.4.
Switching to departure on 119.4. China Eastern 5653. Qingdao departure, China Eastern 5653. Good morning, climbing through 1000.
China Eastern 5653. Qingdao departure, radar contact. Climb via the SID to flight level 098.
Climb via the SID to flight level 098, China Eastern 5653.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we climb to our cruising altitude, we'd like to extend a special thank you to each of you and a welcome back to our SkyMile members and Million Milers. Your business and loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire Delta family. For your
China
safety,
Eastern
it's important to remain
5653.
seated with your
Contact
seatbelt
Qingdao
securely
Control
fastened
on
anytime the seatbelt sign is
134.85.
on. Even if the sign is off, please
Switching
keep
to
your
Qingdao
seatbelt
Control
fastened
on
in case we experience any
134.85,
unexpected
China
rough air.
Eastern 5653.
We ask that you also please remember to use caution if opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during takeoff.
Qingdao Control, China Eastern 5653.
Now reach an
Good morning,
altitude where it's
climbing
safe
through 4000 for flight
to
level
use approved
100.
electronic devices, and a listing of these devices can be found in Sky Magazine in the seat pocket in front of you.
Altimeter to standard.
China Eastern
On today's flight
5653.
in the economy cabin,
Qingdao.
we are pleasure to offer you
Control.
complimentary Coca-Cola
Good morning.
products, Starbucks
Identified.
coffee,
Jiaozhou.
water juices, a
Qingdao.
variety of complimentary
QNH
snacks, as well
1031.
as a selection of our fresh eats items and all-day goodies.
Qingdao QNH 1031,
Beer,
China
wine, and
Eastern
spirits are available
5653.
complimentary for our first class and Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well as available for purchase for the main cabin. A complete listing of available beverages, as well as of our fresh eats items, can be found in the menus in your seat pocket. Please be reminded that Delta accepts only major credit or debit cards for onboard purchases of beverages and snacks. However, you can use your Delta SkyMiles American Express card to save 15% and earn double miles on all Delta purchases. For your enjoyment,
Right.
each seat is equipped with your own
Altimeter
personal
is
entertainment
set to
system. On it,
standard.
you can
We've reached our
view a
transition
selection of
altitude.
complimentary as well as on-demand TV
Auto
shows,
brakes are
movies,
off.
and music.
Ground spoilers off, and
You will find that the
flaps
screen
are retracted
will work best with just a light tap of
to
your
zero.
fingertip.
China Eastern
Feel free to use
5653.
your own headsets.
Climb flight
Otherwise,
level
if you do need a headset,
260.
just let a flight attendant know they are yours complimentary for
Flight
this
level
and any future
260,
Delta flights.
China Eastern 5653.
260. 0,000. Landing lights off and nose light off. Seatbelt sign is off. And it's turning into a beautiful day out here. Alright, we're coming off our transition, our departure transition. I wonder if they'll let me do this. I'm going to try it. China Eastern 5653, requesting direct to MABE.
China Eastern 5653. Clear direct, maybe.
Clear direct, maybe. China Eastern 5653.
That's big. That is a big change because that takes us direct without a lot of transitions. It could take as much as 60 miles off of our flight. That's awesome.
China Eastern 5653. Climb flight level 320.
Climbing flight level 320. China Eastern 5653.
320. China Eastern 5653, what runway are we expecting at our arrival?
China Eastern 5653. Expect runway 15.
China Eastern 5653, is that runway ILS 15 Yankee or is it ILS 15 Zulu?
China Eastern 5653. Expect the ILS. Runway 15 approach.
Expecting ILS runway 15 approach. China Eastern 5653.
China Eastern 5653, Yankee or Zulu?
China Eastern 5653. Expect ILS. Runway 15 Yankee.
That's all I wanted. And that's MAD 01 Alpha.
China Eastern 5653. Climb flight level 360.
Climbing flight level 360. China Eastern 5653.
right. Our QNH on arrival is 1023. Temp is 2.
China Eastern 5653. Direct IPMI. Then as filed, please.
What was he talking about just then? IPMIN. China Eastern 5653, you've already cleared us direct to maybe. Wow, we're beautiful. One step that I missed. Had the ignition on. It's got a nice steady climb. Okay. I don't understand the 36133 36,100. I don't understand it. Millie, why am I getting altitudes like 361 instead of just 360?
That's a great question. Altitudes like 361 instead of 360 can occur due to the transition levels and local airspace rules. In controlled airspace, ATC may assign altitudes in increments of 100 feet for clarity and safety. It helps to avoid confusion with other aircraft. Always follow the assigned altitude by ATC and you'll be just fine.
Okay. Whatever you say. Current altitude's 290, climbing to 361. Weird.
China Eastern 5653. Contact Jinan Control on 122.9er.
Switching to Jinan Control on 12. Jinan Control, China Eastern 5653. Good morning, flight level 350 for flight level 360. Jinan Control, China Eastern 5653. Good morning, flight level 350 for flight level 360.
China Eastern 5653, Jinan Control, climb flight level 360.
Climbing flight level 360, China Eastern 5653.
China Eastern 5653. Expect the MAD 01 Alpha arrival. In about 20 minutes, I'll start your descent. Just say the word if you'd like to start down earlier.
Expecting the MAD 01 Alpha arrival. We'll let you know if we need to start down earlier. China Eastern 5653.
China Eastern 5653. Expect the MAD 01 Alpha arrival. I'll have you descending in about 20 minutes. Say the word if you want to descend sooner.
Probably don't.
China Eastern 5653. Contact Shanghai Control on 134.475.
Expect the MAD 01 Alpha. Shanghai Control, China Eastern 5653. Good morning, flight level 360.
China Eastern 5653, Shanghai Control. Good morning. Identified. China Eastern 5653, Shanghai Control. Expect the MAD 01 Alpha arrival. Plan for descent in maybe 20 minutes. Notify if you're ready to descend before that.
No, I'm not.
Expecting the MAD 01 Alpha arrival. We'll notify if ready to descend before 20 minutes.
I wanted to see
China
what our
Eastern
altitudes are. Top
5653.
of descent, first of all, is at Maddock. And as we descend, looks like I'm going to go ahead and set our put my altimeter on 3,000 and let it be managed. So I'll put it here on 3,000. Actually, specifically, it was 3,660. It's pretty specific. It's pretty specific, isn't it? Right. I think China watches its airspace really carefully. So I'm sure it's I noticed some of the turns I'm making, some of the out of the way ways it makes you turn. You burn more fuel in this country than most just on transitions. It's crazy. So, but the weather, beautiful today. This is the part of the flight where when something goes wrong, the pilots always get that shock, that startle effect. Things have been so smooth. I've been tempted to set that to where put my settings to where I can have something, maybe something like a crisis. I just haven't done it yet. In fact, where's that? Toliss. So let me see here. I'm really tempted to try this. No, I don't think I'm start right this second, but I'm really tempted to try it. I just, maybe I'm enjoying this smooth, peaceful flight too much, but I think that would be good. There's China Eastern flight. I mean, I'm trying to think. I'm curious what the 100 faults are that they've got set up that could happen. That may pop up, but be interesting. Fuel levels at 5,440 kilograms. Strange. I've got two different things I see here for the distance I am from the airport. Like, so on destination here on the McDo, that says 215, but my destination distance on what I'm looking at on my Navigraph says 124. Curious. Millie, can you explain the discrepancy in the McDo where it says our distance to our arrival airport is 212 miles, but if I look at Navigraph, the charts, it says it's 122, like direct distance. Is there some reason for that? I know what the answer is. I'm just curious. I'm going to ask her.
That's a good observation. The discrepancy in distance can often be attributed to the flight path being used. The McDo might be calculating the distance based on your current route or air traffic control instructions,
exactly,
while Navigraph shows the direct distance to the airport. Always trust your instruments and the ATC guidance, but it's great to double check with your charts.
That's great. That is true. I see when I look at the distance of my distance, actual distance is I'm going to be traveling right now is 206 miles because I have to stay on the flight path. But if I could just go straight over to the airport, we're only 116 miles from the runway. so But I gotta follow the rules. I guess I gotta do the. So, otherwise there'd be chaos. If every pilot did what he wanted to, it would be chaos. Thus, ATC police. That's so true. So if you're a pilot, I think speed. It's not speed. Speed doesn't kill. Doing what you want to kills. Yeah. Doing what you feel like it kills. So just follow the flight path. Follow the flight plan. Don't do your own thing. Interesting. We're still a ways from top of descent, by the way, too. It'll be a while. Beautiful. Welcome. This is the boring part of the flight, I guess. Not much going on. Outside. We've already got our performance numbers loaded in for arrival, but on our current flight path here, I think we're about 10 minutes from descent. 10 minutes from descent. We'll be landing in a place that I cannot pronounce. Well, I can do better with this. Hefei Xingyang, Hefei, China province of Hefei, and we're coming in on ILS Yankee runway 15 on the MAD 01 Alpha arrival. And what's taking us so long, because the airport's only 98 miles away, is the flight path we've got to take, which is we have to fly low and across, and I don't want to get shot out of the sky by a Chinese MiG, so we'll follow the rules. Go ahead and set our auto brake to medium. There's nothing for me to do yet other than descend. Our descent rate is Mach 0.80. Really? Is it? Hold on. No, it's not. It's about 308 knots. Okay. aircraft we're in is a Toliss. This is the Toliss model of the A320 Airbus, and it's been very consistent, just like the other ones. I mean, the A320, the A321neo, and the A330-900, one of my favorites also, are all great aircraft. But what makes them so great in Xplane is Toliss and their attention to the detail on the model and how well they've done. They did a great job putting it together, and so it makes for a very, very pleasant experience. Flight factor, I'm kind of mellowing on for now. There was a time when flight factor was great, and I don't know what's changed. I don't know if y'all have experienced this too, but I haven't been able to complete or start a flight in the my 777 flight factor model in months, even longer. It's been a while, and I get some errors the minute I go in. I just haven't spent time troubleshooting it. I fly on a GPU that's the RTX 4070 NVIDIA card, and it's great. So it's a great card. It works on everything except flight factor 777. It doesn't work correctly. So I've gotten to the point where I just set it aside for now, and I'm going to figure it out at some point what's going wrong. But the Toliss aircrafts I've spent more time with. Xcrafts, another great company, or I say company, but more of an individual that's got a lot of good people behind him. And the E models, the Embraer E175 is one of my favorites. But no, very disappointed with flight factor presently, while kind of shouting out to them saying, guys, fix it. Whatever it is with 777 that's going on, is it certain GPUs that all of a sudden it just stopped working with? Whatever it is, come up with a fix so I can go in there and try it again. I'd love to be able to get a good flight in with it, because it's a great, the 777 model. It used to be the flagship of Xplane. I think it's been knocked off the throne now with several great aircraft, and I just don't fly it much anymore. So another one, Rotate, the Mad Dog 80, love that aircraft. Another good one. So those are some aircraft that I've spent more time with, but we need flight factor to kind of get in there, get back in the game, do a good job, and do some work for us. Sorry, I was on my soapbox, wasn't I? Johnny and Eastern, 5653. We would like to begin our descent on our arrival.
China Eastern 5653, descend via MAD 01 Alpha into Hefei, QNH 1024.
Descend via MAD 01 Alpha into Hefei, QNH 1024, China Eastern 5653.
Alright, we're commencing descent, and the seatbelt sign is on. We're about 32 miles from top of descent. I'd rather go ahead and start my descent now. That gives me a small buffer, and it helps. This is in my world. In my world, it seems to help with speed regulation. If you just give a little bit of space. Flight attendant should be coming on here shortly and saying something about our descent. I would love to know if anybody has an opinion on the flight factor of 777.
China Eastern 5653. Contact Shanghai Control on 132.05.
Shanghai Control, China Eastern 5653. Good morning, descending flight level 340. Shanghai Control, China Eastern 5653. Good morning, descending flight level 340.
China Eastern 5653. Shanghai Control, identified. Good morning.
There is another feature that I can't demonstrate. I don't want to demonstrate right now because I'd rather get to the airport, and that's the ability of autosave. You can actually use an it actually autosaves for you every whatever time you set. Sometimes it's 15, sometimes it's 30 minutes. And the reason that's so important is if you have a crash of your computer, something happens, or the software, something happens, it will help you resume the flight. And it's one of the few that I have used in Xplane that works like a charm. And it's helped me to recover some flights that where you've been flying for 4 or 5 hours, and it's really helped me. So that's one feature, and that's the autosave feature in the Toliss models. All right, 1 second, guys. deliberate descent. Like it. We're at about 300 knots. Beautiful jet. Alright, so we're set our auto brake to medium. That's about all I can do right now while we are descending. Looking at okay, so now are my my chart and my distance is getting closer. I'm at the actual like distance I am is 87 miles, and my chart I think I'm still a little bit off. It says 56, so that's because we still have to follow the flight plan. That always comes back to bite us. Okay. We're 260 and descending. Been really smooth. Wife's making some muffins, or I don't know, muffins, and I just went in there and cheated and got some of the batter, and wow, it's good. And it's so much trouble. Y'all help me remember this, but 1024, 1024, that actually is a police 10 code for a completed assignment. So 1024 is our QNH. I don't have to put it in yet, but when I do, 1024.
China, Eastern, 5653. Shanghai Control. Contact Hefei Control on 135.65.
Alright, Hefei.
Hefei Control, China Eastern 5653. Good morning, descending flight level 190.
China Eastern 5653, Hefei control identified. Dao An.
Alright. Good, making a right turn. This would be the equivalent of our downwind. So what we're on is the equivalent of downwind.
China Eastern 5653, Hefei control. Contact Hefei approach on 119.85.
Switching to Hefei approach on 119.85. China Eastern. Hefei approach, China Eastern 5653. Good morning, descending flight level 150.
China Eastern 5653. Hefei approach, cleared Oscar Foxtrot 205 transition. Expect the ILS Zulu runway 15 approach into Hefei.
Cleared of 205 transition. Expect the ILS Zulu runway 15 approach into Hefei. China Eastern 5653.
China Eastern 5653. Roger. Cross Oscar Foxtrot 205 at or above altitude 5,000 feet. QNH 1024.
Cross Oscar Foxtrot 205 at or above 5,000 feet. QNH 1024, China Eastern 5653.
No.
China Eastern 5653, cross Oscar Foxtrot 205 at or above altitude 3,000 feet.
Cross of 205 at or above 3,000 feet, China Eastern 5653.
I'm gonna have to help this along. This is not okay. I've got to get slowed down. So I'm putting my flaps, let's put flaps on about half. Let's lock it back. Trying to make sure that I'm at 250 knots before we get under 10,000, and I have been either it's the flight plan's not set right. I'm just not real happy with that. Okay, we'll knock that back. See if that's got us our speed back in hand. Yeah, 250, and I'm going to put this back. I'm going to put our speed control back on. Handed it back over to VNAV. Now that we've got, I know that we're okay. Just want to make sure we're at the right speed. Landing lights are on and nose lights on. Seatbelt sign is on. Brakes, auto brakes are at medium. Activating approach phase. Weather still looks great. Visibility, I know right now we're in kind of a hazy look, but we're in pretty good shape. Weather's good. And we're about 30 miles on flight path from final. We should be coming out of that what would be just some poofy clouds. It's nothing big. There's not really precip clouds. We're hard stop. We'll be hard stop at 3,000. I think. Very smooth. It's been a very smooth descent. We're about to go to flaps 1 here. Flaps 1. Remember, auto brake is set. Ground spoilers are armed. So it should be icy and snowy back in the States tonight, and I'm all coffeeed up and ready to watch. We're hoping for no power outages. That would be bad. Going to flaps 2. We will have a transition from CF205 OF, actually OF, to Hefe 42. Not minding that at all. It's good. Flaps are full now. This is where the engines get their make their money. Okay, so we're being taken to Charles Ida 15 Yankee. Setting up for final. Flaps are at full. Auto brake is set.
China, Eastern 5653. Proceed direct, Charlie India 15 Yankee. Descend altitude 970 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 15 approach.
Direct Charlie India 15 Yankee. Descend 1970 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 15 approach. China Eastern 5. Hefe Tower, China Eastern 5653. Good morning, established on the ILS runway 15 approach.
China Eastern 5653. Hefe Tower, roger. Continue approach.
Alright, we're being lined up on the localizer. Looks good. Alright, it looks like everything's lined up. Cat 3, we should be able to capture on Cat 3, and we're cooking.
China Eastern 5653. Hefe Tower, winds 100 at 6. Runway 15, cleared to land.
Cleared to land runway 15, China Eastern 5653.
Current altitude is 1,800 feet. Waiting for movement on my glide scope, but I think we're lined up correctly. Yeah, we're about to capture here. Great, man, this is awesome. And thankful for glide scopes and ILS right now. Goodness, can't see anything. I really can't make out the runway. Alright, we're captured. Descending. We're only 1,500, according to this, we're 1,500 feet. Actually, 1,200 feet is actual. We're, I think our elevation is 300 feet. A rather unnerving approach.
1,000. Hundred above. Minimum. 500. 400. 300.
Throttle's mine.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5. Retard. 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 Retard.
China Eastern 565. 3 from Kanchangwon Southward, Ansinsan Sheffield. Welcome to Hefei. Contact ground.
Seatbelt sign. This will be your one and only indication that it's
Hefei
safe for you to
ground,
get up
China
and move
Eastern
about the cabin.
5653. Good morning, cleared of runway, ready to taxi to the gate.
Overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during landing. You may now use your mobile phones and other handheld electronic devices while we
China Eastern 5653, Hefei ground, taxi to Park Overflow, stand 51, via Alpha 5, Alpha Hotel, Bravo, Golf, Lima 2. Good day.
That was awful. I'm embarrassed to go back and watch it, but it would.
If any of you should have questions regarding ground
Overflow,
transportation,
stand 51,
baggage
via
claim,
Alpha 5, Alpha Hotel, Bravo, Golf, Lima
or
2,
any other
China
information,
Eastern
the Uniform Delta
5653.
agent leading this flight will be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. On behalf of Delta Sky Team, our global partners, and flight crew, we'd like to thank you all for flying with us. We've enjoyed having you on board and look forward to the opportunity to serve you once again. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening. Flight attendants, prepare doors for arrival, please. Cross-check and all call.
We'll have to go back and kind of really like to know what went totally wrong on that landing. Not pretty. Come on, guys. Why you put me here? I know why. Well, that is so not nice. Why you put me here? After that landing, I guess I deserve it. Okay. Alright. Let's ask for a GPU then. guys, I'm not real proud of that aircraft. I got a bounce there. Now I did get an initial touchdown at 164. That's good. That was awful. I'm not sure I want to submit that. We're going to discard this flight. I'm going to refly that. But let's go back and see a replay. It should close up. Yeah, I noticed that's open there, but it should close back up on the replay. Yeah, well. So let's see what went wrong here, because everything. Well, I have everything. Oh man. And they call that the porpoise. Yeah, it doesn't get any more ugly than that. That's bad. So I had taken back control of the throttle, but did you hear the engines running back up? And I'm not sure. Listen, right here. That's not me. But I did think my back wheels were down when I did that. And wow, oh, that is so bad. So yeah, see, that's worth a redo. I'm going to do an off-flight redo to kind of redo that flight. But live and learn. Okay, not real happy with that one. What about a passenger view? So the passenger thinks things are going so well on this flight. Man, yeah, we'll be fine. Oh. Not good. You can see, I think the passenger had quite a rough time landing there. You can see from that side there. Alright guys, everybody have a good evening. Goodness, hope your neck's okay from the whiplash.